Namaste, beautiful yogis, and I wanted to do one more diet video. I keep forgetting. Every time I do a video, I forget this, and a lot of you ask me, how do you eat your potatoes? I want to share two really important to me lately. Spices, additives to the diet. I always have something really important at the moment. It used to be hot sauce, sodium free. Now it's this. So since I started the potato pretty much diet, that's about when I started it, I've started using black salt, not Hawaiian black salt. I have that Indian color Namak black salt, and it's addictive. It's amazing. It tastes like, it's described to taste like rotten eggs, and sulfuric. It has sulfuric compounds. It's mined in Himalaya. I find it complementary to everything. It's kind of like truffle salt. It's stinky, but in a good way. Truffle salt is the same. It kind of tastes like blue cheese, but in a good way. So that's the same. It tastes really good, but the description kind of sounds weird. I wouldn't say it smells a little weird, I think, when you're not eating it. Johnny's always, what's that smell? And I've smelled it when my brother cooked with it, but when you eat it, it's phenomenal. It's actually really interesting, the properties. I'll tell you what Ayurveda says about it. It's taken me years to start eating it. The first time I saw it, I was at a party in Bulgaria. I went to a little party, and they were cooking with it, and I was like, really? What is this? It was a vegan party, and they gifted me a bag, and then I forgot it in Bulgaria, and I didn't go back for another 2 years, and then I grabbed it, and then I also bought another one here in the Indian store or I actually ordered it on Amazon, and then I saw it at the Indian store, and now I can't stop. I'm obsessed. It goes with potatoes in particular, or with tofu, just those two things. It doesn't go in everything. With potatoes, it's amazing. It's almost like truffle salt on potatoes, truffle oil, something like that. Blue cheese on potatoes, feta cheese, something like in that. It has that taste, but it's not for every single meal. I'm sure it can ruin certain meals because it is strong. It's in between. It's salt, but it's so much like a spice. The interesting thing is I never get any swelling from it, water retention, never puffy backs under. If I do soy sauce, I would. Even miso, I would. Normal salt, more so. Not with this salt. It's lower in sodium, but it also is higher in phosphorus and magnesium and stuff like that. But I don't know if that's the reason. So here, what Ayurveda says, I'll tell you a little bit. Now, I had two brands, and one of them was phenomenal, and the other, okay, and I only have the other left. And I don't remember the packaging for the phenomenal one, unfortunately. That was the one that I got gifted, and it only had one of those slips at the top that you tear off and throw, and then I had the plastic bag. So I don't know. I'm gonna link one or two below that are rated really good, and I personally need to buy more, so buy two different brands just to compare. I will use them all. And it is derived from some black salt. So when it's powdered, it's pink, but when you soak it in, when you introduce water, it gets blackish. Cures bloating and acidity, according to Ayurveda. The alkaline properties of black salt help reduce excess acid in the stomach, and its minerals present help. Okay, that's a word translation. And its minerals help lessen the damage caused by acid reflux. It acts as a great laxative, and that helps relieve you from bowel problems. Now, I have to tell you, it's not laxative, like you're not gonna get, but maybe it helps a little bit with digestion. I have not noticed it. I wouldn't call it a laxative, but maybe if you have constipation, you'll notice it. So that's an actual benefit. And then in Wikipedia, it says it's used extensively in South Asian cuisine of India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Nepal. I asked Betty, she didn't grow up in India though, but I asked her, have you, one of the yogis actually, if you've met her at the workshops, if you've come, I'm like, have you ever had black salt? And she's like, yeah. Probably a very beginner question. Um, she likes it on tofu, she said. It's a kind of boiled egg aroma. It's considered cooling, a cooling spice, and it's used as a laxative and digestive aid. That's according to Wiki. It's also believed to relieve flatulence and heartburn, acid reflux. It's used in jamu to cure goiters. It's used for hysteria, and for making toothpaste. That's interesting. I'll try that. Hold on, I have one more open page here. I'm trying to tell you how good it is. It is. I actually back a few weeks ago I was researching it and I found some amazing benefits. I'll post them below because I didn't have a lot of time for searching really random old posts. But it's for acidity, abdominal pains, cramps, intestinal gas, flatulence, abdominal distension. As I said, I don't notice to make me retain water at all. Bloating, anemia, obesity, skin disease. It's good for anemia. Ayurvedic physicians generally recommend black salt for those mentioned conditions, for loss of appetite, acidity, heartburn, flatulence, gas, anemia. Yeah, it's antiparasitic and relieves inflammation and so forth of the gut, and it has so many properties. I'll post a few more below because right now I don't want to keep searching, but it has quite a few interesting properties. And the other thing is this. Leia brought me this cup from Japan. 1 second. This cup from Japan. I don't know if someone's knocking on the door, but I'm always stealing time. I barely get any true 15 minutes to myself. This beautiful Carob latte. I really love Carob lattes. I drink it pretty much every single day, and a few of those through the day, probably 3, 4, 5 through the day, in between 1 and 5, let's say that. Because now it's hot and I drink it hot. It helps me regulate my temperature, match it to the outside so I don't feel the heat. I can take a walk and it's no problem. And the Carob is really high in calcium and magnesium, and it's just a very wholesome, beautiful food, kind of a fruit in the bean family. So it tastes very similar to cocoa. I've tried a lot of different brands. I have right now 2 from the Frontier. They're a little less favorite of mine, but they're a little cheaper. There is one Australian brand that is phenomenal in taste. It's more vanilla-like, like cacao vanilla-like. This is more roasty. I have it in medium and dark roast. The medium to light roast is the best in different brands, but all I do is coconut milk, stevia. I love stevia. You can do maple syrup or cane juice or whatever you want, honey, and Carob, a few heaping teaspoons, so like say a tablespoon and a half, and I spin it in my foamer. You don't need to do that, but it just breaks it up so it's not in little clumps, and that I feel gives me nutrition and hydration and flavor, and it's a beautiful tea. So that is the video. Just pay attention to your spices and to your condiments and to your teas because they do bring health. And I'll link the Carob links below. The Aussie brand, was it an Aussie? I think so, is phenomenal, and I'll order it again. But this is the Frontier brand. Not bad, but not in the same vein. Just kind of like the black salt. I'll eat them both, but one is amazing and the other is okay. Now on Wikipedia I read that nowadays they can synthetically create that salt. It used to be derived from mines strictly. Now probably you could get synthetic or the real deal. And another thing is I read that it's also infused with herbs, smoked with amla and some other herbs, so it has a little bit of other herbs in it. I don't know. It's a little. If you know a lot more about it, I'm quite new to it. Please share in the comments below. I'd love to learn about it. I've been eating it since I started this potato craze. I can't stop it. The potatoes are way too delicious, way too nutritious. Buy them organic though, because you want to eat the peel. The peel is where a lot of the nutrition is, so you want it to be organic. But since I started the potato, I can't, literally black salt is all I want on them, and that's it. So that is it. I just wanted to add this to my other potato diet videos, or to my other diet videos, because I always feel that that's the missing link. People oftentimes forget those little things that count. All right, namaste.